That's you and me on the chin ramp, double inverts, like search for animal chin. And that's
Tell me high or low.
Actual shirt from that original photo on Animal Chin.
It's so crazy.
And now we're selling these.
Yeah, and I'm here. I'm just a part.
Yeah. So we signed 1,000.
I feel like this is quiet for each video.
Well, I've signed most of them, and you have to sign them.
I'm gonna do it
All right,
right
we're
now.
going like.
So that by the time you were watching this, they will be available.
Okay, how was that?
Boom.
Yeah, I'd hurry up and get one, man. This is the greatest thing that'll.
Can we hear Jason Ellis's accent?
So,
I'm pretty hyped on this.
Yeah.
So go. They're at TonyHawk.com.
yeah, I'd hurry up and get one. man.
TonyHawk.com.
This is the greatest thing.
There you go.
This is a good
All
place.
right.
I think that's
Keep
good.
Searching.
I can still talk over it. The mic is way louder, a little more. Jesus, Andy. Let's see if my heart rate goes up when they start talking about Braille.
Welcome. Here we go.
And I'm not Tony Hawk.
I'm hyped. This is gonna be sick. The intro, what's gonna happen?
Also, he doesn't realize it's over. I don't have that anymore. Those are
Well,
gone.
guess who it's not over for?
You.
This
And
guy.
This
right
asshole,
here.
man.
JD Sanchez is here, guys.
Yeah.
With the
Yeah,
triple
what's up?
underscore.
up?
Thank y'all for having me.
Yeah, thanks for coming. Big fans.
Yeah.
I'm big fans of y'all. I grew up on the ride channel, like trick tips and stuff.
Hits him with the y'all. JD. Let's go. It's funny that JD grew up with Ride Channel trick tips. I grew up with Tony Hawk's DVD trick tips.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
thank you.
yeah.
Oh,
Trick
that's
tips.
awesome.
Like, did any
Don't
of his...
get him started. Don't. Let's just not. We're not starting there.
Let me do a little bit. Did you
Well,
learn
okay,
tricks?
did you learn
any
anything from
tricks
those?
from his trick tip
Yeah.
video?
Yeah, I did. I don't even.
See, it was a good question.
Good. It was a good question.
Yeah, I
What'd
did.
you learn?
Good question.
That's what I
'cause
thought.
It's funny because Aaron Ky- I don't want to pause it too much, right? But Aaron Cairo taught JD to throw 180 when he's like 5, and there's a video of that. So it's kind of funny if he's like, throw 180.
I was probably like
That'd be so funny.
6. I barely remember anything. I only remember
Just
like
all the basics.
yeah, basically all the basics.
Basics. He just said, look at all these things I can do that no one can do. Here's how I do
No, we
them.
were. I mean, Markovich and I, we did all the basics.
Okay,
Like
okay.
kickflip, shove it.
Yeah, I think I watched the kickflip one. I remember watching that one. Yeah, that was a
That's
lot.
that.
super sick, yeah. It's pretty
I
cool.
helped him make his first 900
That
the other
is-
day, so
That is true. That is
Well,
true.
so we've come full circle.
that's right. There you go.
We
Absolutely.
covered the spectrum of
That
his
was
career.
impressive, by the way. Dude.
That was amazing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was. I mean, you had the takeaway clip from that whole event.
It was such
Yeah,
a
I'm
cool
stoked.
thing to see.
What inspired you to try that there? So that was at, if I have this right, it was U.S. Open, but an X Games demo at U.S. Open.
Yes, yeah, it was. I didn't even want to try it that day, to be honest.
You could tell.
Yeah, but then I was.
But had
like,
you been trying it?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I tried
Okay.
it. I
He
think.
span it, and I was like, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've been
The
here
first
before.
one he span, I was like, he's done that before.
You gotta let JD answer.
And then it might have been his dad, but somebody's like, he's never done one. I was like, well, if he wants to, he can do it today, because I saw that you could see the landing, right?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
definitely could. That trick was scary for me. I would try it at my friend's ramp, and I would just spin it, but always land super low. I never really committed to it. I'm not really a guy to commit to a trick and like bail when I have my wheels on the ramp. But I was just like, X Games might as well was my first one, and the vibes were up. So usually I land my hardest tricks when the vibes are up. I landed my first 720 at Vertitech.
That is true.
2 years. Wait, was it last year? Yeah, last year. So when the vibe and the crowd is
Wait,
all crazy.
in Sweden?
yeah.
That ramp's small.
I know. I didn't think I was gonna be able to do it
Dude.
there.
It's like 720 against all odds.
Yeah, I was stoked on that one. I
Wow.
cried, but yeah, this 900 was amazing.
It took JD 72 tries. 72 tries from the very first throw. That's pretty insane. I don't think I've ever learned a trick in less than 72 tries. Tony took several years. I'm pretty sure Tony took like 10 plus years from the first throw.
Amazing for me. I mean, Jason was like cheering me on so hard.
Was that a best trick event? Or was it?
Kinda?
Nah, I
it's more
mean-
just a demo.
Yeah.
It was a demo.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was a demo, and he span a couple, and it was just like, I don't lie, dude. You know, like if I think you got it, like it wasn't
Let
a
me
think.
change the
I was like,
title.
if you commit, you will. It wasn't like he was barely getting around. Like it's super high too. So it was like
No, I saw it.
He had a
It
good
was-
look at it
yeah,
at the landing. I was like, if you commit, you will for sure make
It
that.
didn't look like you just got lucky. It looked like it was
Yeah.
meant to be.
Yeah, it looked like one of the more solid 900s that people do, and there's not that many people that do that. So
Thanks.
yeah, I knew you had that.
Yeah, I remember. I don't know if it was the try before, but one of them I was so close. They were like, I'm pretty sure you said, "Stop being a baby" or something like that, and put it down.
Damn.
And I was like,
It's on brand.
I feel that. I feel that for
Yeah.
sure.
Hey man, it's psychological coaching there.
It
where
worked. It
I was
definitely
wrong.
worked.
I was. Did what? And then what happened?
I landed it.
Exactly.
It worked.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
It worked.
And what would I have said in that situation?
got this.
You got this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a little bit of a different technique, but
Hey, it works.
the mission was accomplished.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was stoked for you. Like that was one of the announcing is fun, but
I didn't see
when
much from that
happened,
event, but I saw that.
it was awesome, dude.
Yeah.
Because he does man ones. Like his backside before it is like 10 feet high. Like he is cranking. And I'm like,
that
dude,
a
you
gold
made that.
Rolex
It's not just a
day
backside
date?
grab too. Like it's a
I guess.
freaking man's one. Like it was such
Yeah.
a giant one, dude. Straight up and down. Like that thing was
It's such a gift to have that much time to spin.
It
Yeah.
was a monster 9, dude.
Yeah, I never really was good at spinning real fast, so I just had to go higher
Yeah.
most of the time. And I feel like the melon one, well, that's the only spin I could do, like 720 wise. So that one was just on a whim. And all my
But you-
friends were there too.
You feel
Yeah.
so if you were to just do a 540, like right now, go do a 540, it would be melon grab.
Not now. Before, it would be tail grab now. But like
What?
seven,
dude.
720s? For a while,
Tail grab?
720s, I could only melon. I just learned tail and indie like a week ago. So now I
Wow.
got those pretty good. And yeah, so I think melon is like, that was the one. I'm not really good at mute, but I see a lot of people do mute 9s.
When you do indie, do you do technique?
Yeah,
JD. A lot of people do mute 9s. Tony Hawk's original one was a mute 9. I don't think I've ever seen anyone else do a mute 9, to be honest. Maybe Guy? What does Guy normally do? Yeah, maybe Guy's one is mute. But I don't think I see anyone else that really do mute 9s.
technique. I never do stink bug. I dislike stink bugs so
Well, okay,
much.
let's get into it. Where in your
Nervous?
timeline
I mean, yeah, for sure.
did you
That's what I was saying. I want to
realize
see how he
or
handles
decide,
himself.
I'm going to grab technique.
Command JD, by the
I
way.
think it was probably 2 years. Like when I first learned my frontside airs, it was always stink bug.
Yeah.
Then after, I would say a year of doing that, some of the old guys, or not old guys, I probably shouldn't say that.
Oh, no, they're
the
all okay.
older,
We're all-
the
yeah, it's
older,
us. Yeah,
the
we're
older
there.
guys in NorCal, like Brian Fick, them, they were like, you gotta tuck your knee. So
Mm-hmm.
I decided, you know what, I'm gonna try it. And now I've never done like a stink bug since. I don't like stink bugs at all. That trick is.
I love
just
stink
feels
bug.
weird.
It's my only grab
have
trick.
the same sort of journey where, it's just desperate.
I was
You're
gonna
grabbing
say-
your board, just like, I gotta hold on, however, whatever it takes. And then
Exactly
at some
right.
point, it was
I am
more that I was
desperate.
looking, because like the older guys of my generation, they weren't even really even talking to me. So they're not critiquing my skating.
Yeah.
I just looked in the magazines. And in the magazines, I saw Steve Olson, Steve Alba, everyone's doing tuck knee. And I was like, all right, that's how it goes.
Steve Olson is Alex Olson's
Yeah.
dad, which is cool.
Plus, too, I was like watching the clips of me doing them after like the sessions. I was like, that is so ugly. That is so ugly. I gotta switch it up.
What made you start skating transition?
Oh, actually, funny thing is, I don't even remember what year it was. 2016. You guys had a demo in SF on the vert. There's Kevin Staub, Biggie, Lincoln. Everyone was there. Steve.
Oh, was
Cab.
it in an empty parking lot?
Yeah. I just
Weird.
I just happened to be there, and that's what really got me into vert skating. Because I was watching Big E. Big E was like my
Evan Doherty.
inspiration. Yeah, he
Yep.
was like young and absolutely sending. So I was like, dang. And seeing y'all
So how old
just
were you
fly.
then?
2016. I'm 15. 8? 7?
Wow.
Yeah, I think I was 7 actually. It's a long time ago.
That's a random one because so we had a we had a big donor to our foundation that he used to skate when he was younger, and he was a high net worth individual, and he had a house right there on the top of that hill in San
I
Francisco.
like how you said that.
Really?
Kind of and it was across the street from that empty lot, and he found who owned the empty lot and got their permission, and he said, I want to do a fundraiser for their foundation, and I want to have Tony bring his vert ramp here. Can we use this empty lot? And he got permission from the owners of that
Damn, they got
space.
the photos. I like how Tony said that. Also, how does JD remember? Like, this is a core memory he remembers. I can't think of anything I remember from when I'm 7. Like, I barely remember when I started skating when I was like 8 or 9.
So that we did that, and then we had our big after party get together at his house across the street.
That is sick.
It was wild.
Yeah.
And then the following year, I'll finish. But the following year, he didn't have access to that lot anymore, so he built a mini ramp in his living room.
What?
And then the Birdhouse team and I did a demo on a mini ramp in his living room.
Wow.
Was it a big mini ramp?
No, but I mean it was pretty wide.
JD is
I'd
making
say
stuff
it was
up for
maybe like
interviews?
12,
No, I mean, I
16, 20
believe
feet
him.
wide, probably
Of course.
3 or 4 feet, and then at
15
some
is a
point
lot
started getting
closer,
late.
yeah.
We started trying harder stuff, and my board just shot out into not to the people, but into like his, China,
Oh my god.
and that kind of shut down the whole thing.
Yeah.
JD is not a
Crazy it
liar,
took
yes.
that long for that to happen.
Yeah, but I'm only saying that because
What do you think the
it was
first
a
brand
pretty
deal will be,
small
guys?
crowd, only because it was an obscure situation,
Yeah.
and he was really doing it for like his VIP friends.
Yeah. I remember there is
There it is.
like a VIP section. I always wanted to be on that side, and I was watching guys. I forget who else was there. It was Steve, Kevin, you, Biggie, Elliot. Oh yeah, Elliot was
Elliot,
there.
yeah. That's might have been Lizzie at that time.
Braille not mentioned once the whole interview. Interesting. I feel like Tony might have led it that way intentionally. I doubt they said like, hey, don't talk about Braille. I doubt they would have said anything like that. But I could see Tony just like, I didn't really want to talk about that.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yep.
Yeah, that was sick. That's what really opened my eyes to vert
That's
skating.
amazing.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy, full circle.
But
I'm
you
not-
were skating before that.
Yeah, just a little. I was just rolling around at my locals. Napa Skate Park is where I would skate a lot. Mm-hmm. And I would skate with the OGs over there a little bit, and I would just roll around with them. But then seeing that vert thing made me like really want to get into it. For
That's
sure.
so cool.
Yeah.
It's so funny. My experience as a kid, I went to Global Cup Skateboarding Melbourne, Australia, right? And I mean, maybe I was deeper in skating than JD was in his story. But I went there and it was like street comp, all the big pros from America coming to Australia. Like Jeff Rowley, Sheckler, all the big names. Rick McCrank, Costin. They all came to the comp. And the comp had vert too. It had a full-on vert section, all the best vert dudes. And I literally was like almost like bored when the vert was on. I would be like walking around doing other stuff. Then when the street starts, oh yeah, I care about the street. Let's watch the street. So funny that my attitude was like that. I was like, yeah, whatever, vert. This is nothing to do with me. I almost viewed it as like not skating. I viewed street as skating and vert as like almost not skating, which is like so funny to think back to. But at one of those Global Cups, I don't think it was the first one. I think it was the second one. Tony Hawk was there and he did like a Legends demo type thing. And he did a 900. And I remember them saying, first 900 in the Southern Hemisphere. I was like, damn, that's pretty sick. Everyone has their preference. Yeah, I mean, it's funny to think back as an adult. But like, I was like, it wasn't like it was my preference. I was almost just like, yeah, I literally don't care about this. You know what I mean? I was like aggressive, kind of. But anyway, I just want to change the title to say, JD Tony Hawk podcast.
That was.
And then how did you start? So Napa has a vert ramp or a vert section?
There's like a 9-foot bowl there.
Okay.
Now that I'm skating it now, it's not as good as I remembered it, but it was like the best bowl. Actually, no, there's one in Fremont. That bowl is great. that's where I would always skate once I started getting into vert skating. And then there was a few vert ramps that I would skate. Berkeley vert, which was the main one I would skate.
yeah, I skated that.
Yeah, and then Richmond, the
I
indoor vert.
skated.
Those
I
are the
skated
two that I
Richmond.
used to skate all the time.
Not
and
Berkeley.
the owner Sean would like teach me tricks and help me out, and yeah, that was a good old time. I remember.
How many times did it take Tony to do the 900? Good question. I want to say like 10 or so. I actually, because Tony Hawk did a thing with Braille one time, and I got a chance to talk to him, and I mentioned it to him. And he said, I believe he said like, oh, I recently saw that footage for the first time. Whoa. I think it's around here.
I kind of want to tail slide later. Should I both side this through the rail? Thank you. I'm just going to say that in 2002, me, my mom, and my
Here we go.
Thank you. I'm just going to say that in 2002, me, my mom, and my brother watched you do a 900 in Melbourne, Australia, and it was the best thing ever. Cheers.
Oh, sick, man. Thank you. I just recently saw that video.
Oh yeah?
What did you say?
Said he just recently saw the video. Our Australian import.
I don't know, maybe that wasn't that interesting, but whatever.
I used to skate with Max Schaff a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
He rode that Berkeley ramp a lot,
yeah,
right?
now that I look back on it, I was like, dang, I got to skate with him. That's crazy.
Legend.
Yeah,
the
legendary. He was-
What a great inspiration too for someone
Fit
that's
was the best
just
part.
trying to get
Thank
into
you.
vert.
I backtailed
Yeah.
the lead.
He's such a solid veteran of it and is so well respected.
Oh yeah.
So once you got your chops in vert, how did you make your way to events or to? I feel like there must have been some literal transition where you went from there and all of a sudden you're like, oh wait, these other ramps are bigger, X Games ramps.
Yeah.
This ramp.
I mean, really, all I skated was those were the only two verts out there, Berkeley and Richmond. And every once in a while, I'd come up here, but I never really skated. Oh, actually, I did skate manchas a lot out here. Whenever I would come
Okay.
up,
Yeah, that's big.
Yeah, that
I
one's
went to
big.
Munches too.
And that's what I would just learn a lot of tricks on. I learned body varial 5 at Manchas. I don't even remember what else. I learned so much tricks there. And then I started looking and seeing that there was a few vert contests. I think one of the first ones I did was the Hot Wheels one in Woodward West,
Okay.
like on Animal Chin.
Okay, this is pre-Braille.
That one I did. What
Did
did
you
I
go over
do?
the spine?
Not back then. Heck no. I was.
Don't worry. We were there recently. It's terrifying.
Yeah, it's so terrifying. Like I did
You
it.
didn't make it over.
I did eventually,
No,
asshole.
no.
What the hell?
It's one of my favorite videos. So
I got
had to bring
stuck.
it up.
I got stuck on it like between my legs. That was not a cool moment.
my God.
Yeah, that's fine. It is scary. I did like a rock over, and when I came over, I kneed myself in the face and still landed it. That thing was sketch. But yeah, that was my first vert contest, I would think. What? I don't even remember what place I got. Did I get first? Oh, well, I guess I got first on that one. I think it was
First on his first comp?
and yeah,
Who did we beat? Damn. Got the Hot Wheels
Ava
bag.
was there. I'm pretty sure. That's the main. I think Shay was there too when he had long hair, like way back in the day.
He obviously
Or maybe
not
that
that.
wasn't.
Yo,
I don't
he wasn't
remember.
even born at
That's
this
so long
time.
ago. I barely remember anything from on.
No,
That would be a pretty. I
think
would
he's older
imagine
than JD.
that those were the darker days of any new vert skaters. So there probably was a limited crew there,
Yeah, there wasn't.
but enough. I mean, there's
Christian
one contest,
Jordan
so
got
everyone's
second.
coming to it.
Yeah,
But it's
that is
still
true.
a small crew.
Yeah, there wasn't. Yeah, that was like the only vert contest until.
So random on the chin ramp.
I know, right?
Yeah, yeah, that was the first vert contest until I think Mancha's first one that he did at his house.
Mm-hmm.
Then that's when like all the vert contests started popping up again,
Yep.
and then of course your Vert Alert and Vert Jungle had one too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
Up
in like
in Palo Alto.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That was another ramp I used to skate quite a bit. That one was like my first big ramp that I skated. Because that one is,
That one's solid.
yeah, it's solid.
And now a word from our sponsors.
Who's the sponsor? Who's the sponsor, guys? Who's first sponsor? Blue Chew. Hip JD with the Blue Chew ad. Athletic Greens. Who else is in the podcast ones? Trojan. Manscaped? No. Don't hit JD with the Manscaped. It might be ShipStation or something. Who else is there? No way it's actually Manscaped.
Okay, we've all been there. Feeling like you're burning cash through the rent checks. We know it's frustrating, but here's the deal. Built Rewards has figured out a way to make rent more rewarding. Say
JD.
goodbye to the money bonfire and hello to a renter's revolution with Built. Built is breaking ground as a neighborhood rewards program that hooks you up with points on your rent.
Use points to jet off on a dream vacation. Put your points towards a flight or a hotel. Stay with 500 airlines, 700,000 plus hotels. And
What is it?
You
I
can also
don't
use your points
understand.
to book fitness studio classes.
like a
redeem
credit
them towards
card?
your future rent payment. They're designed to meet your lifestyle.
Pay rent hassle-free through the Built Rewards app. Your rent game just got a major upgrade. Built points have been consistently ranked the highest value point currency by the Points Guy and Bankrate.
Earn points by paying rent.
Nah, I mean,
right
I'm just
now
showing that he's,
when
like,
you go
reading,
to join
but whatever, brand deal,
built.com/Hawk. HAWK. That's JOINBILT.com/Hawk. Make sure you use our URL so that they know that we sent you to join built.com/Hawk to start earning points with your rent payments today. This show is sponsored by BetterHelp. I want to
Oh! BetterHelp, let's go. We got the back-to-backers.
that lives with me and put up with me. That's
I mean,
pretty
I would take a
commendable,
sponsorship
and
from
I
BetterHelp.
also am pretty grateful that I know Tony Hawk. That's pretty awesome too.
As am I.
Visit BetterHelp and get 10% off.
This month is all about gratitude, and along with
BetterHelp is
Catherine,
kind of like the
and
Uber of
I'm thankful for
therapy,
Jason.
right? Is that a good
Another
way to
person
describe
we
it?
don't thank enough. Ourselves.
Then Blue Chew? There's no way.
So it's sometimes hard to remind ourselves that
Don't
we're trying our
hit
best to
JD
make
with
sense
the
of
Blue
everything,
Chew.
and in this crazy world, that's not easy.
Here's a reminder to send some thanks to the people in your life, including
way.
yourself. Therapy is super helpful, man. I don't care to imagine what it would be like if I did not go to therapy.
And if you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire and get matched with a licensed therapist, and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge.
Let the gratitude flow with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/HawkWolf today and get 10% off your first
Hawkwolf.
month.
That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/HawkWolf.
Back to the show.
Oh, thank goodness.
So if you go skate these days, are you
That
just
was a
trying to
close
find a
one.
ramp?
No,
Or park, whatever.
I love everything.
Yeah.
I'm trying to be like an all-terrain vehicle. Try to skate
All-terrain?
street, vert, park, bowl, everything.
Did you go to the Olympic qualifiers?
Yeah, I did the Olympic qualifiers actually. I went for Team USA and I just missed the second phase by one place. So there's two phases. The first phase is like 4 qualifiers, Dubai, Argentina, Rome, and then Dubai again. Mm-hmm. And Taylor Nye was in front of me by one place, I think. And if I did better than him by like 3 places in the Dubai one, the final one, then I would have made it to the second phase, which was Shanghai and Budapest. Mm-hmm. Sadly, I didn't, but Taylor Nye killed it that time, so he's well deserved it. And yeah, I'm gonna try to go this upcoming one too.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yep.
So yeah, I'll be trying to skate hard, especially now. There's
Billy PQ subbed for 8 months.
Let's go, Billy. Thank you. I think that might have been quite loud. Definitely louder than how JD's talking. Thank you so much for the sub. 8 months. 8-month streak. 9 will be, I think, from the 5th. How's it, everybody? How's it, everybody? JD, high-pitched how's it, everybody barely exists anymore. JD's a man now.
There's been a lot of vert contests, so I haven't been skating park. Mm-hmm. Plus, there's not much parks in NorCal. There's only, like, the closest thing to a regular Olympic qualifier park is, like, Fremont. And that thing is not even close at all. But there's a lot of good bowls out there. I love skating the bowls out there.
Yeah, I guess Fremont's kind of Olympic
Napa,
qualifier-ish.
Fremont,
with the
Potrero,
flow ball thing.
all those. Those are where I always skate. Yeah.
That's a pretty storied history though of parks. Like if you can skate those parks, you can thrive in other places I'd say pretty easily.
Yeah.
Because those are challenging.
JD's Team USA.
Yeah, and another thing, like...
This is what I was telling JD, because I don't know if you guys know how the Olympics fully works. It's basically Olympics is not necessarily the best people go. It's super, super complicated, and you have to go to all the stops and earn all the points over, I think, 1 or 2 year period. You have to earn points, and then there's like a lot of relationship with the countries. So if JD wanted to go to Olympics for USA, it means he has to be ranked top three in USA, I think, to go for USA Park. Then, as well as being ranked top 3 in your country, you have to be in the top 20 or 20-something list of the world rankings. But if you go for USA, all the people in the top 20, there's so many USA, you know? So it's really hard. Like, you really have to be ranked third in the world to go. Whereas if JD went for Philippines, because he has the ability, because of his heritage, he could potentially go for Philippines. If he went for Philippines, he could basically be ranked like literally like 35th or something in the world, around there, like 30th or something, and still qualify and still go. Whereas to go for USA, he pretty much has to be like top 5 in the world, which is like, man, you don't want to be like top 8th in the world and then not go for USA, but then you could have been like ranked 30th in the world and go for Philippines. That's kind of what I said to JD, but it is a little bit hard to get all the logistics of going for a different country and stuff. But yes, 4 stops and the first phase, 2 stops, second phase. Yeah, like USA is a very tough one, but to go, like, if JD decided to go for Philippines and he organized it all, he would instantly, like, he's basically guaranteed. As long as nothing crazy happens, he's kind of guaranteed. But to go for USA, it will be like really stressful, really hard, really cutting edge, you know? Hawaii doesn't skate under a different flag like in surfing? I don't think so. I think Hawaii is just USA. But I mean, Philippines is the move. That's what I would do if I was JD. I would definitely go as Philippines, tick the Olympic box, and just, you know, go to X Games and the other comps and do good in the other comps. Doesn't necessarily have to be USA for Olympics. They don't they only like pick 4 people? I think 3. I think for USA Team Park, like, I think only 3 USA people get to actually skate.
There was a castle contest every month out here, so I would always come out here and do those. And those were like, I would take a week trip and come skate.
But I don't know if you guys understand what I'm saying. Is the world ranking, each country can only send like 2 or 3 people, right? So if there's the top 20 and there's a bunch of people in Japan, bunch of people in USA, the top 20, a lot of those people get bumped out. So then like whoever's number 40 might become number 20 because there's so many people getting bumped out. But when you're in the USA, the like really competitive country, then like you basically just have to be the top in the world to get to go. And there's only 3 spots. So you could potentially be 4th in the world and not get to go. Whereas if he goes for Philippines, he can be 30th in the world and casually get to go, no stress, you know?
Works out here. But now I don't come here very often, to be honest.
You're still in NorCal?
Yeah, still in NorCal. I love it out there. We got a new vert ramp out there too, 13.5. It's almost the same as this, just shorter. But that's where I've been practicing.
Where's that one?
It's in Pleasanton, like 20, 30 minutes away from my house. Yeah, it's my buddy.
Is it private?
Yeah, but if you want to like come skate, just hit us up, because we were trying to like build the scene out there. So we have a bunch of kids that are learning how to skate vert out there. It's pretty sick. It's growing. Yeah, so my buddy Bane owns it. And
was he born in the dark? Sorry.
That's funny, because my question would be,
cut that out if you want.
Did his parents skate?
What does that mean? Was he born in the dark? Is that like some kind of old man reference? Yes, JD is ranked 22 in the world for POG. Yeah, so 22 in the world of the clean ranking, not bumping the people out, instantly in for Philippines. Does JD want to skate with the Philippines flag? I mean, I would be hyped. I don't know.
Bane owns it. Man. And
was he born in the dark? Sorry.
That's funny, because my question would be,
cut that out if you want.
Did his parents skate?
I don't understand that joke.
Because Bane was a brand of skateboards when I was little.
He did not skate. I think he was named after the villain, like Bane.
That's what he's...
Okay, well then, was he born in the dark?
Yeah.
Might have been.
There's a villain in Batman called
If you turn
Bane?
the lights off, does he get better, you know? That's the question.
Watch Dark Knight Trilogy now, I refuse.
Well, it's been really fun to see your rise, I would say, especially in the last year, because I feel like you've really come into your own as a skater and as someone that has a unique style and a really unique set of tricks, and some are just difficulty factors off the roof. So
triple flip Indy.
It's been really fun to watch you, and I mean, it just feels like you're on a tear in terms of excited to skate, excited to do these events, but each time you come in, you got something new.
Yeah, absolutely.
He has been learning so many tricks, super consistent, super good style.
I told you earlier, I was talking to my wife about you, that you were coming on the show, and she's like, how old is he? I go, I don't know, he must be like 20 or something. He skates like all those other dudes in that age range.
That's real funny, yeah. But
well, that just means you have your best years ahead of you.
I appreciate that. Yeah. That's what I'm trying to do. And like this whole month of October, I don't even know what it is. I just had something click in my brain. I was like, you know what? Every session, I'm gonna try to learn a new trick. So, so I've been trying to do.
Must be nice.
I know, right? I almost punched you just now.
Not all of them are cool though. Some of them are like a little lame.
Oh, you gotta try everything.
Yeah, gotta try
See
everything.
what sticks.
I would take it. Competing and winning for a country that doesn't normally get a lot of medals would be more hype than being part of USA's 100 medals. I mean, yeah, I think of it as like, you know, the country doesn't really pay you or anything. You don't really make any money from the Olympics. The Olympics is a thing to do for your soul, for yourself. I mean, I guess you could think of it as like you're doing it for your country, but I would think of it more like you're doing it for yourself. Like you want to become an Olympian. So like if I was JD, I would definitely go for Philippines and have fun. You know, my girlfriend went for Malta. She's born in America, but she has Maltese heritage. She went to the Winter Olympics for Malta. And she was the only Maltese winter athlete. She gets to hold the Maltese flag at the opening ceremony. Like, that's sick. That's so rad. And then goes to Malta. Everyone's hype. She's like really repping Malta, like putting it. She got a lot of press or whatever from that. And then like, oh, Malta, cool, Malta. It's like, I think that's sick. And like, it's not like JD's just choosing a random country. Like, that is his heritage, you know? My heritage is Polish and German. If I could go to the Olympics for Poland and German and it made it easier for me to qualify, I would definitely do that. Why would I be like, no, it must be Australia?
See what sticks, see what doesn't.
Oh, we learned all the lame tricks.
My list?
You got a list?
Yeah, I've done.
Oh, yeah, let's see the list.
So I've done. How much have I done? 17 this month? Oh, yeah. I actually just landed one right now. Shout out Andy. He told me to do Crail Mary. So it's like
what?
Yeah, cab, varial, crail.
That was
grab,
sick.
It ends up to tail grab.
Yeah.
That was like Bam Margera vibes. I'm sure JD has some love for his Philippines heritage and his family too. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not like it's just a random country.
So it's like
that was a sick trick, JD.
He told me to do
tail grab shove, like half cab. Oh, half cab, and then we start on the nose, and then we can put it to tail.
So it's like a
cab, varial, crail, grab to it ends up to tail grab.
Yeah.
Do you know what's crazy is I told it to my first girlfriend that I came to America with that I haven't spoken to in a long time, and she said just out of nowhere, she goes, I remember when you used to write down your tricks on a piece of paper and you'd have them in your pocket until you made it. And because I'm older and I've hit my head so much, I don't recall that at all. And I was like, did I? I was like, I like that kid. Like, that's a cool technique. And then to see how good you are and to know that you have that list, I'm like, it goes a long way.
He can't remember that? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's not in my phone. I didn't have a phone back then. Those pieces of paper have corroded to dust, just like my talent. I should have wrote down in my pocket and put it in my pocket today. Don't die. That's my trick for today.
Yeah, so the tricks that...
Whoa, look how long the list... Man, I hate you.
What?
This list is like the Bible.
The tricks that I've landed so far, I've landed, I think, 16, 17 now. Like half cab, heel flip, fakie. I always have
grab?
Yeah, grab. Like half cab, heel flip,
indie grab, okay.
Yeah. But I always have I have a hard trick that I want to try, and if I try it for too long, I always have a backup easier trick. So I think the half cab heel flip indie was the backup.
Yeah, he meant hate isn't jealous.
Cab heel flip indie?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I had those down.
What? Yeah,
but I never did.
Why did you say?
I just had to verify.
Well, Tony has made an interesting point because JD learned cab heel flip indie. I remember when he learned it at Braille. And then, that was a long time before learning this now, which is half a rotation, but he has to land fakie, which I guess is harder. But because you're spinning less, that's why Tony was like, you learned that first? Interesting.
I don't even know what you call it. It's like fakie. It's a full cab, but then you kick flip, grab mute, and then body varial to melon. So that was another one.
Yep.
That's yours.
So cab, kickflip, body varial.
Yeah, basically. Yeah.
Have you done it, cab, kickflip, and grab Weddle, and then just held on to it there?
I've actually never tried that. No.
Oh, yeah, I just realized. JD said mute earlier, and Tony Hawk said Weddle now. And Tony Hawk didn't correct JD. So mute, Tony Hawk unofficially renamed mute Weddle, right? Because there's a whole backstory. The guy was deaf, not mute, and the guy said, "I am not mute, I am deaf." And the guy was like mad. Oh, not mad, but the guy was just wanted to clarify. But it's funny because JD said mute earlier, and now Tony Hawk says Weddle.
It's a good idea, actually. I've done half cab flip like to Weddle and then land back fakie.
Oh, Weddle!
But I've only done that one once. I tried it so long ago, 2 years ago. Neil Mims gave me the idea, and then I just like landed it like a year ago.
That's sick. Yeah, I mean, just cab kickflips are hard. Setting your feet.
It's so weird.
I did that.
Tony
the
liked
one
that,
I
yeah.
asked you about. I did that one time for the end, and
Tony,
that's my big.
Tony actually
claim
did
to
something
fame
really
for
interesting.
Original flip trick on.
I have a really interesting like PR Tony Hawk story, but maybe I'll tell it at the end of this. I feel like we don't need to put it into JD's thing, but remind me at the end of this to tell the Tony Hawk PR story with video evidence, and I'll bring it up. Or maybe do I want to bring up the video? I can't remember if I can find it, but remind me at the end of this, okay?
Vert.
Yeah, that trick is such a weird one to get around and flip.
I think I have my feet set up in the most ridiculous position. Like back foot here, front foot here, just to try to, you know.
Yeah, for sure. You gotta have your foot way off for that trick. I also learned, let's see what else. Where the heck did it go? I got it. Heel flip frontside air 3 to fakie.
Yeah, that was a cool
That one I want to get down and like do into a 7 one day.
I think he did that already, right?
So we're old school, so we would say frontside heel flip revert, right?
Yeah, that's
but that.
I mean, I know he's not reverting, but you know what I'm saying. Like, we come
you
from
gotta
that
respect
era.
it and call it a 3.
Yeah.
There was an era
into a
where
7.
Nobody did it all the
Hopefully.
way around. Everybody.
I think JD did that
landed with
already.
A little revert.
Oh yeah.
It's
Yeah.
funny the baby steps. I feel like there were people that were like, there's
He has it
the
unlocked
obvious,
now.
like landing forwards and going.
That's funny. I'm
And then
pretty
there
sure he
was-
did it in the Australia comp.
And I'm like,
in the jam.
That was pretty much all the way around,
Yeah.
but you just had a little slide at the end, and then there were dudes that were just like back over the shoulder, going, "No, I'm going in all the way backwards." And I was
Yeah.
like, "Okay, we're
But that's
done.
my same theory when I see.
Yeah,
there's
this is
only a
from
few people
October
I've seen
30th.
do it, but when people do fake it to fakey,
Well, this was
fives,
before he won the
cab,
comp too.
Right.
It's a cab revert.
yeah.
He
I think
recorded
so
this
too.
before he won the comp.
Some people can land
20K.
almost straight, but it's just stuck in my head.
Yeah, I feel
Anyway,
that.
go ahead. I
sure.
digress.
And then, speaking on that, fakie frontside 3 revert technically, because
Frontside cab revert.
Yeah, basically, because I don't really fully spin it.
That's a sick
I
one.
want to
that?
get it. Yeah, I've landed it.
Amazing.
Yeah,
That's one of my favorite tricks ever. I hated doing it. I did it
feel
twice
that.
in my life, but I think it's one of the coolest things ever. And I bet
Spinning
you
that way,
fake
fakey's really hard.
and really.
Darude was
land
actually
the
talking about that yesterday.
Yeah, definitely.
Funnily
because I
enough.
used to do fakie frontside cab, and then I slammed on it.
So to 5 like
tailbone,
that is
and I just
pretty
never
crazy.
did it again. I still haven't done it since. So I was just like, I'm gonna just try to
Maybe you
find
just-
it.
Do you
Maybe you need to
land?
stop being a baby.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah, you got
You're
it.
most definitely right.
When you do? Okay. I want to get into the weeds on this one because I'm really stoked you said that trick. Do you land? Do you go straight up and down, or do you go carve it?
It's like a very, very small carve.
Small carve, and then do you land? Like by the time your wheels hit the wall, are you only 360, or are you like almost? Are you almost to the 540?
Almost to the 5. I'm like right
Sideways,
there.
so just like a
sideways.
90-degree revert.
Yeah.
That's so sick.
I think there's one where I didn't like get to the 90. I like was 3 and did it, but most of them I at 90 and then slide it.
Wow.
Yeah, I love that trick now. It's pretty cool.
You're the only one that does it.
Yeah, I
Right?
haven't seen anyone do it in a
Yeah.
while. Yeah. And then I also did.
First time chat at
How do I
intricately.
not remember any of these.
Welcome.
Triple flip indie. That one is
Oh, I
definitely.
saw that.
That one's definitely something I do not like. I don't think it
What?
looks cool. It's just more a circus trick. You know,
Damn!
I'm never
Pretty
gonna
sick,
put
though.
that in a run.
It's pretty good.
What?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I also got close to quad flip that day too, but that's another
Who
one.
what?
I will never do.
Quad 4 kick.
Do it,
Calm
JD.
down,
What do you
Ryan.
mean?
Yeah, I don't even. I don't
leave
like
it
how
at
that
3.
one
Set
looks.
amount of flips. You gotta move on.
Yeah, definitely. I don't
No,
like that.
quad
at
it
all.
up,
Just,
JD. Don't listen to him. Don't listen to the old heads.
Figure
You
it
know.
out.
Let's see the quad.
Yeah.
It's viral.
And then also learn tail grab 7 and Indy 7.
Yeah,
Those ones are.
that's
I,
good.
I like those a lot more than my melon. The melon looks so.
They did
ugly
good with the
compared to
editing.
tail.
I feel
I
like they
love
didn't used to
tail,
do
especially
stuff like
seeing
this.
Tom's
Literally
one.
every single clip.
That's like what really inspired
That's
me.
I mean that's Tom's go-to. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
Tail grab 5, tail grab 7. That's how he feels comfortable doing it.
Yeah, and he looks real good doing it for sure. Also did kickflip stalefish, but like front side. That was like one of the back pocket ones.
His
when I
parents
wasn't
gave him
trying,
all the
when I was
clips.
trying to hard.
Yeah, I
trick.
know, but still,
I did a
like
rocket
this is a
air
good
5,
edit.
stalefish 5.
Yeah, that was lit.
Backsmith grind fakie. I need to bring my lip trick game out
Wait,
because I got
you're
nothing.
shuffling into fakie or you're going revert?
Just shuffling in, yeah. I need to work on
Have
my
you
lip
tried that
tricks.
alley-oop?
No, but I can do alley-oop backsmith well, so actually I
That
maybe
one
should
actually,
try it.
I think it works better alley-oop.
Really?
Because it's easier to
Damn,
unwind.
Tony giving the
For sure.
ideas.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, actually I
So
should
maybe
try
that's
that.
the trick for today.
Yeah, maybe that will be the
Alley-oop
trick.
backsmith to fakie.
Yeah, that would be sick.
You do that, and I'll do an alley-oop backsmith,
Hell yeah.
and that's it.
Mental
for me.
vibes.
Yeah. We're not going
It's
to
a
talk
sick
about what
trick.
happened last time he did that, so.
I got knocked out.
Oof.
It's okay. One of my favorite pastimes is waking up and having the great Tony Hawk go, hey, where are you?
I watched
then
Jason Ellis get knocked out in Australia. I wonder if I can find the footage. Probably can. He tried to bomb drop into Paran Veram. JD actually skated Paran Veram recently when he went to Australia. But he tried to bomb drop this really high roof and he knocked himself out so bad. I think it was I want to say it was an Etnies demo and Ryan Sheckler was there too. I want to say that, but would Jason Ellis be at an Etnies demo? Maybe.
I know instantly that I just got knocked out. That's my thing.
That's me.
I've never been knocked out either.
You know, he goes, hey, it's Tony Hawk.
I will try to
where are
avoid
you?
that.
And now a word from...
Oh. Alright, who's it going to be, guys? It won't be the same ones. It's going to be someone different now. So we had BetterHelp, and we had random credit card thing. What's it going to be now? Athletic Greens? What's another typical podcast sponsor? Manscaped, Athletic Greens, ShipStation, NordVPN. I'm trying to think of the ones Tony Hawk always does. You could skip them? No, I'm excited to see who it is. Blue Chew this time? There's no way it's Blue Chew.
Our sponsors. Did you know, Jason,
Yeah.
that 80% of men will experience hair thinning in their lifetime?
That's got to be devastating.
Yep. I thought you
I wonder
would
what that's like.
Random
It's
hair
not-
loss
It happens to a lot
thing.
of people.
Happens to a lot of people.
So don't feel weird about it.
I wouldn't feel weird. You shouldn't feel weird.
Don't feel weird about it, other unfortunate people.
It doesn't have to be your fate.
No, you can wear a hat.
Or you can get ahead of it with Nutrafol, a clinically tested hair growth supplement for men.
Maybe I'm
Nutrafol is the
from
number
place
one
of
dermatologist
privilege,
recommended
but
hair growth
I
supplement
feel like I
for men.
wouldn't really
It's
care if
available
my
to people
hairline
with faster growing hair
receded.
with less shedding.
Man, how do they do that? Take their hair wellness quiz on Nutrafol.com/men for a personalized hair health plan based on your specific root causes.
While many supplements rely solely on ingredient studies, Nutrafol, 84%
Alright, what's the
of
next
men
one?
showed
Is it going to be
improvement
2
in
again?
their
I will.
hair.
Maybe.
Thicker health subscription and
Wolf.
Wolf. Nutcom's men promo stressful with incredible.
Wolves.
The busy holiday season is here, and Uncommon Goods makes it less stressful with incredible hand-picked gifts for everyone on your list, all in one spot.
Damn.
Gifts that spark joy,
Gift
wonder,
picking
and
service?
delight. It absolutely
Pen so
that make
ads. It's for as somewhere.
is. Go to HV. We're all
Back to the show. Just in case I don't know who it is, you know what I mean? He's changed. They were like, because the first time you were like, hey, it's Tony Hawk, where are you? You looked like this was 20 years ago. You've been saying, hey, where am I for some time now.
Janice will care.
Like, man, you look older.
Wow.
And then I go to the mirror and go, shit, we got older.
you went through a time warp.
Yeah, man, I go back to like I'm still good, you know? And then it all comes crashing down.
We were supposed to do a podcast that day, and
Really?
he still insisted on doing it.
I
and
was going
like,
to do
I
it.
don't
Yeah, they
think
were
we
like,
should do it.
don't do it.
Jeez.
I had to make an executive decision that we're not doing it.
Yeah, for sure.
I was going to be hilarious.
Good work, Tony.
I'm sure.
Voice of reason.
Have you had any injuries?
Not big ones. Never got knocked out. Thank goodness. Actually, knock on wood. And yeah, I've only fractured both of my elbows and one of my collarbones. So nothing big. But the one that fractured my collarbone was was my first like contest where I would win like big money, and it was literally 2 seconds. Contest started. Guy rolled in on me. I rolled in at the same time.
No.
Damn.
Collided, shoulder straight to the collarbone straight to the wall, and like knocked my tooth
you-
out and stuff.
What?
Did you break it? Did you have to have it screwed back together?
Oh no, it was
So
just a fracture.
Okay.
Very small stuff, nothing big, thank goodness.
And your elbows, did you have to wear casts?
Only one of them, but I don't think I even needed to wear a cast because that one wasn't that bad at all.
Those elbow casts are the worst.
Yeah,
Riley
can't
had to
move.
wear those he wore those like 3 times through his youth. And then when you get them off, you're afraid to straighten it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's so itchy. The funny
All right,
thing
looks
about
like we're
having
taking
the
an
elbow
ad.
cast,
I
was
think I will
not very
pause,
smart,
JD, and we can wait for the ad. Oh, no, okay.
And I went
listening.
to go skate, and for some reason I
We
tried
will
to
continue.
boneless with the cast, like my cast arm. Yeah, that didn't.
No, you're in
that
the right
didn't-
room.
That did not work. Definitely didn't work at all.
Wait, you tried to use that arm to grab it?
Yeah. I don't even know why. I just thought I could, and I definitely couldn't. Yeah, but no big injuries so far.
No,
Thank God.
that's good.
I shattered
keep it that way.
I shattered my
Yeah.
wrist, and they made the cast all the way up to here. And then there was a contest in Vegas that was like a really big deal, so I cut it to here so that I could move my arm. And then I whipped off on a backside 540 and slapped
my
it on the
God.
flat. And because I'm pretty much a doctor, I went, nothing's wrong. My hands move. And then like 2 weeks later, I woke up in the middle of the night and my hand was stinky, like smelled real bad.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not good. And then I drove because I had a real, like one of the better hand surgeons in California who's in Santa Barbara, and I lived in Hollywood, and I drove to Santa Barbara. And by the time I got to Santa Barbara, it was like really hurting. I was like, it was definitely a good choice to go there. And then when I go there, he was very mad at me because I showed up with a cast that was cut in half, and he was like, what the hell? And I was like, contest, mate. I had a contest. And he's like, I don't understand you. You're an idiot. And then he cut it off, and I had pins everywhere in it to hold it together because I broke all the bones in my hand. My wrist went upside down and broke my hand bones. So I had all these pins, but when I hit my hand on the ground, the pin popped out of my arm, and it made some meat come out of my wrist, and the meat that was out of my wrist in the cast was rotting.
So like mustard or sulfur?
Yeah.
Sulfur, right?
Yeah, it smelled like
That's how you know you're about to get gangrene, by the way. Just FYI, if you do get a festering injury.
I think it was Brian Herman, he was saying he had cast, and then he's like, it was really itchy, and then he went to the doctor, and there's all maggots, like, in the surgery wound. That's, like, some nightmare shit. One of my friends in Australia had a funny cast story. He, like, broke his wrist, I think skating or just doing some stupid thing. He broke his wrist, like, to here, and then it was healing. Usually it's, like, 4 to 6 weeks, and then it's almost healed, and then he's playing basketball with his homies. They throw the ball. He's like, goes to smack him with the cast and just breaks wrist again. And then he's back in the cast. Like the dumbest thing you could ever do. I thought that was so funny because it's like, oh yeah, the cast is hard. Let's hit the basketball. Boom. Just instantly broke it again.
Don't let it get that far like he did.
Yeah, don't do what I did. This is what I'm here to don't do what I did. Like, you're welcome again,
Yeah, thank you.
But he pulled the pin out with the pliers, like, without even... He just pulled it. I was like, what the hell? And he was like, you know how many golf players I have here? And I was like, no. And he was like, none, you idiot. And I was like, okay, I understand what you're saying. Sorry.
How many golf players?
Yeah. He was like, do you know how many golf players I see? And I was like, I don't. And he was like, none, you idiot. As in, skateboarding is stupid.
Oh.
Yeah. And he's like, you're going to have permanent damage from that. And I was
Golf
like, yeah,
players
right.
break their backs and stuff, don't they? Don't they get like RSI type back injuries?
I hope he's watching now.
He was
I thought they'd have injuries.
I did.
Can't do handstands anymore.
Oh, I can't either.
Yeah, you used to be able to do handstands where you could stay up?
Yeah, and
I
walk
miss
around.
that. Yeah. Can you do that?
No.
Oh, I
Definitely
had
can't.
ho-ho dreams.
Yeah, me
At
too.
one point,
I got
I was
ho-ho
doing them, and
dreams.
I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna get a ho-ho. It's gonna happen."
Wait, you didn't do one? I thought you did that.
I went invert, put my hand
Tennis
out, back
elbow,
to
yeah.
invert.
I love that you, because to me, I'm like, that's a ho-ho. But the correct ho-ho
No, it's not.
is
Shoulder
invert,
problems.
and then you come in eggplant.
Because you see, I mean, the guys that do it, and
Steve did it first, right?
Steve Schneer, yeah.
Yeah.
But when you see them do it, that shift into an eggplant looks so hard.
Right.
You know what I
put the
mean? Like
weight
it
on
doesn't
That
look
looks so
natural.
sick.
It
Is that guy,
doesn't-
like,
it
naked
looks
or
like
what?
an eggplant you'd never want to do.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you do
Yeah.
inverts?
Ho-ho's my dream
Yeah.
trick.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
how are your inverts?
My inverts suck. They're so
Thank you
ugly.
for your honesty.
JD, learn ho-ho. That would be sick.
You're walking into a den of
In
wolves
the
here.
invert
You're talking
dungeon.
about invert, yeah.
Because we'll go out there and you do one, I'll be like, liar. But if you're saying they're bad, then you're good.
Yeah, I think they look pretty ugly when I do them.
How is it with your, like, the young guys on vert with hand plants? Is there anybody that is your age that is doing that?
Oh,
No.
that Pikerman kid.
Yeah, he got.
That dude's got all
He's
of them.
Damn.
got all of them. That is
Wait.
true.
He's like your age, I bet.
Aaron, yeah, I think he's like around.
Golfers
yeah, I think he's
get
my age,
hit by
actually.
lightning.
Yeah, he's insane. I saw him skate.
Do they
Who's
really,
the guy
though?
that was in that demo with you?
AJ.
That
Nelson?
dude.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
AJ
he
Nelson
got
is
him.
The
yeah.
sickest hand plant guy ever, but he's way older than you, right?
Oh yeah, I think he's like 20 something.
But he is
He can do
every
ho-hos
hand.
too, right?
Yeah.
He can
oh
do.
yeah.
he
Okay.
can-
I saw him skate that event, and I was skating with Steve. This is pretty sick. You'll like this. I was skating with Steve Schneer one time at the.
JD said
ramp
the
in
F word?
Arizona. We
Not-
used to skate
not
with the
in
coping,
this.
like that big. They call it
He
the
like
perfect
withheld,
ramp.
I think.
That's not perfect.
No, it was kind of sick.
I think
It
it's
didn't
about to
stick
take
out
an
that
ad
much.
break.
Oh,
If
but
it
it
does,
was that
I
big
will
a
pause.
Yeah.
Dang.
It was kind of
So
amazing.
you don't grab the coping the same way,
Yeah, like that.
right?
And he was trying ho-ho variations. It was just he and I skating.
Yeah.
And he would go and walk back from the deck, and I think AJ kind of does this,
Yeah.
but he would walk back from the deck and then do a somersault.
Whoa!
way-
I've never seen that.
somersault,
That was
grab his board,
insane.
So that he ends up with his legs dangling
Right.
over the coping and then come in. But he did it quick.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Like egg rolled in.
Like ho-ho to somersault, like
Yeah.
drop in.
Yeah.
That's
AJ's
pretty sick. And I bet AJ could do that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure. He
that-
might have did it that day. Like he.
I feel like I saw him do something of that nature, but the way Schneer did it was all one motion.
Right.
And I remember thinking, like, what? Like,
Yeah, because he's a gymnast, right?
yeah, but I mean, it was like, that was just fun for him, and I'm the only witness to it, and I was like, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I'm so hyped.
Yeah, that was.
The odds of being struck by lightning in golf is 1 in 3,000. That's crazy. I remember reading that the odds of getting a hole in one is 1 in 10,000. I thought it would be so fun to do a stream. Day 1 of trying to get a hole in one. Day 2 of trying to get a hole in one. Just hit 500 balls a day. I swear you would get it eventually. I doubt that it's 1 in 3,000. I kind of doubt it too. Because I feel like more than 3,000 people played golf today. And no one got struck by lightning. You know what I mean? 90% of stats are made up. But surely 3,000 people played golf today. And 0 strikes. You know what I mean? I guess it does need to be storming.
When he got on his hands, it was like he was on his feet.
Yeah. Yeah, anyway, I digress, but I'm trying to give you some backstory of.
Yeah, that would be sick to see IRL. I wish I could handstand. I'm not
Wait,
good at it.
I mean, you.
What do you mean
can.
wish, JD?
I
Just
can't, but I
learn.
can't hold
15.
it.
It'd probably take you like an hour,
Yeah.
especially the way you do stuff.
on,
I
bro.
don't think
I
you'd
mean-
be that.
Can you imagine
Correct
he's
from
throwing all these
Jason.
tricks, right? All these half cab flips, 5, 720, and then just like body jar, ho-ho.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
That would be
like,
sick.
such a mic drop.
Yeah,
hey, give me
that's
your
it.
phone. Let me write that down in there.
I should write that down.
We're on October
Body jar
31st.
ho-hos.
That's the last trick.
Yeah.
Damn,
Ho-ho
Steve, they're really
is
coming up to your
easy.
statistic.
Do a ho-ho.
Before ho-ho, though,
You're
before
welcome.
ho-ho, do inverts and eggplants stalled.
Yeah.
Because
I
otherwise,
gotta
don't do
that.
ho-ho, because that's
Yeah.
not going to work out for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely got to learn how to stall my inverts. I only got invert, andrec, eggplant, and like good
That's
buddy.
enough.
That's it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it.
But they're not like good at all.
But do you do them all the time? Have you ever tried to work on it? Because I feel like you just did it and you're like, that's it. So
Can you do
it's-
invert to fakie?
No.
Right, because you got to stall out a little bit.
No, yeah, I definitely haven't done that. I never really tried to work on it. I probably should though.
Right, because that's all it is. It's like when you do backstairs, you're like, I can do a backstair, but then do an 8-foot backstair. That takes work.
Yeah.
Hand
you're
plant's
right.
the same deal. You do a hand plant, and you're like, yeah, it's a hand plant, but stall a hand plant just means doing, like, dude, the way you skate, come on. It's just do hundreds of them, and then you have inverts where they're yours.
Yeah, just like throw one
Yeah.
into a run every once in a while, and
Yeah.
eventually they'll just become easy.
I'm interested
and
to
good.
know, like, how people that judge contests because I'm
We're just trying to
older.
drag you down to our level.
We're not. I feel like some of the judges are older, and it's like a
Golf today and got hit by lightning.
Yeah.
And then you throw one of those things in there, it like ups everything that you can do.
Yeah,
like to me,
agreed.
it does. I'm not a judge, so it probably doesn't count. I don't know how. I know some of the judges. They're old. Because I remember them when we were the same age. Like Jason Rothmeyer, he's old. I'm old, he's old. So I know that he goes, you do a 900 or you do all these
But
other...
I mean, the shoe-in is Renton. Renton
Right.
would love an invert.
Right, but it's just like like you guys love the new era, and these are things that, sure, they were invented a long time ago, but they're still like respectable, like, and there's style in them. There's power in them, like AJ when he does a hand plant. I like when he does no trick hand plant, just a hand plant.
Yeah.
I go
Twists it,
dude. God, that was so like this dude. I fell in love with that dude. First hand plant.
Yeah.
I was like, hey man, cool helmet. You know what I mean? Because he got a big helmet, and then he did an invert, and I was like, "Ooh, this dude is sick!" Because it was he did it with authority, like he locked in. You could see.
All right, remember we got JD here. We got a guest here.
In an hour. If you did like 20 hand plants, I guarantee you by the next day you would do them, and they would look completely different to what you usually do.
Yeah, now I'm gonna start trying those now. Try doing those good.
Yeah,
like work on it.
and they're not
get on
that
it.
hard. You know?
Yeah.
Like
Neil
compared
Blenders
to
are go to inverts.
everything in your phone, a stalled hand plant, it's a lot easier, I think. That's my opinion.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I think it's funny that he's like, maybe those other things you do are harder.
When you think about it, what is scary? I don't know, some pie in the sky or some trick you aspire to, or that you even think about that you can do and you're like, oh, that's scary.
A trick that I really want to learn, everyone's doing them now, like Narjar. That one is terrifying.
Okay.
Kiefer was doing that in the
You're
comp.
justified in that view of it. It is the most terrifying trick.
Yeah, that trick is absolutely terrifying.
Yeah, and I can't.
Naja is when you do a 540 and then you smack the tail. So they call it when you do the air and smack the tail, they call it like a body jar. But Naja is like you do a 540 and smack tail. You getting lost in the air to have so much precision is like super risky.
Not believe that that's becoming a thing.
Yeah. It's so sick to see.
It is.
Yeah.
Taylor just landed it too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's definitely a trick that I've tried that has been the scariest. And also rodeo
You
for
try,
me.
so you actually try. You get your tail down.
Yeah, I just
Wow.
haven't committed, like,
Dude.
fully done it.
Unreal.
Yeah, and another one that was scary for me was rodeo. The mental, I never landed it either, but the mental battle to like try to spin it was so scary for me. But now I can like spin it. I just gotta.
That one,
to it.
the advantage of it is you can see the landing
That's-
almost
Yeah.
the entire time.
That is true. Yeah, I noticed that.
Baby
too.
900 does that
Speak
trick.
for yourself. Maybe that was why I couldn't make
been a
it.
while.
I couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
You know how I learned that?
Doing Miller flips.
Doing units.
Sorry, units.
Ah.
Yeah, so I used to do. Billy Ruff did the first 540. He
Right,
did a
front side,
540
right?
hand plant.
Yeah, before McGill.
Frontside invert 540, and then I learned those. And then at some point, I tried it too high and I missed my hand, so my hand went over the coping.
And you went all the way around.
I came in, but I landed super high on the wall. I didn't make it, but then I was like, oh, I want to do it without putting my hand down, and so I would go up and fake myself out. So I go up and pretend I'm going to do it, and then not put it down.
Dude.
And then that's how I learned. That's how I learned rodeos.
That's so
Wow,
sketchy.
that is sick.
That's crazy.
Yeah, 80, I think it was 81, 82.
Damn.
Can't even
Good
learn
old
it,
days.
but I can help you learn it.
Yeah.
81.
Yeah, I
I
definitely
can live
wanna learn
vicariously through your skills. Well, let's go skate.
that. Yeah.
But you just skated. You want to skate again? You're young.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
down
he's
to.
15. You
Of
should
course, I'm
skate
down to.
7
Can you
more
imagine?
Damn, we get
you
the
and me
sesh now?
skating before the podcast, and then doing this and be like, should we go out there again?
I mean, I could do it, but will I walk tomorrow? Probably not, but I could do it.
True. All right, sick. Well, thanks for coming in, JD. Big fan of your skating. Congrats on
man.
everything. I feel
Thank
like your
you.
future is bright, and keep up the good work. I mean, you are highly motivated, very skilled, and I feel like you're using it to your best abilities. So,
Thank you so much.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Thank y'all for having me. I appreciate it
You
so
know it.
much.
all right, that's it. Go check out his clips.
So you did the double.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
JD's dad?
And you aired over him.
Oh yeah,
So maybe flip it.
Oh, we're gonna flip it? Okay.
540 over you while you invert.
Yeah.
Tony's like, oh shit.
When I did
He
it,
wants to do a 540 over my invert, apparently.
But at one point, you did 540 over his invert.
he did a
probably
backside
used to
air
backside air.
over my invert.
Your janky invert.
Yeah.
Right.
Where
That's
was
when
that?
I didn't care. That was here.
Come on,
When
he's
it
a
was
kid.
fresh. Or,
He was
yeah.
like a
Oh,
10.
Okay.
So
Well, yeah,
long
I'm down. As long
How
as-
old were you when that happened?
10?
Yeah, look
10?
at that Rick
Oh,
knowledge.
yeah, so I was like 10, yeah. Something like that, yeah.
So crazy,
So
right?
long ago.
Payback's a bitch.
Let's go. What is this camera? To be so good and not have this ego about you is rare, I feel. You sound so kind. Are we saying JD or Tony Hawk? Are we saying JD? Camera guy sucked on this one, damn. Yeah, this is interesting, like, filming. I feel like it was, like, not a action cam type camera. But we're trying to make it work. Got a filter on? Yeah, it looks like there's some kind of, like, film grain thing going. Tony's throwing from 1981. No, I'm not trying to hate, like, this is sick. But it does seem to have some kind of filter film thing on. Tony with the lippers. Back Schmitty. Tony will throw my piece up there. Tony going to do a kickflip 9? No. Never say never is what Justin Bieber says, but I don't think Tony Hawk will ever do a kickflip 900. Trying to make it look old school? Yeah. Do they normally skate in the pods? I don't think they do. Right? I don't think I mean, not that I've watched that many. But I feel like I've never seen one where they skated after.
So much to get my butt off the seat. And now I've got pads on and I'm going to skate. This is probably the last time I will skate.
Yeah, Tony did say he's doing his last night and never going to do it again. He is also an old man. No disrespect, but he's not a 15-year-old kid anymore. Tony and Jason. So that was a body jar. Madonna jar. Old man, Tony's only 56. I just mean he is a man that is 56. Yeah. Gets the senior discount. Do you get the senior discount at 56? I don't think so. I think 60. 65 maybe?
It hurts.
That's the review.
Tony's a grandpa? No. Riley is the eldest. Riley doesn't have a kid, does he? I really find it so funny that Riley, Tony Hawk's son, married... Who was it? Kurt Cobain's daughter? I really think they must have bonded, be like, yeah, it's crazy having a super famous parent, huh? We're like, hell yeah. To me, that's just a really funny thing to bond over. He gets a senior discount at Goodwill, let's go. It is incredible what he can do at 56, for real. We're seeing the sort of like the first generation of the skaters becoming like elderly. What do you think's the eldest kickflip someone can do? I think I literally think someone that is a lifelong skater when they're like 80 plus will be able to kickflip. I think for sure. Because like someone like Tony or a skater, it just takes so little energy. So if you're 80 and you can just jump at least a little bit, I feel like you could still do it. As long as you don't like fall and break your hip or whatever. Whichever skater is alive the longest. Can we turn the volume down a little now? Kickflip stream 2068. Oh my god. Cab? Yeah. There it is. Oh! In the premiere, JD was in the chat. He said to like and subscribe to the podcast because they told him they might be ending the podcast at the end of the year. They told him and he was leaking it? Or was it public? Damn, Jimmy Wilkins too. I mean, it's kind of sad if they end it. Like, Tony Hawk should be able to have a podcast in skating. They need sponsors. It was public. If Tony Hawk's podcast is not working, I would look at every factor that isn't Tony Hawk. I don't think it's Tony Hawk's problem. I think it's everyone else around's problem. Not enough money. Tony Hawk Tour. Like, what Tony Hawk really needs is just someone that's adept at podcasting, does everything, planning, logistics, whatever. All Tony Hawk does is show up and talk to the guests and leave. And everything else is by the secondary person that's like really in the podcast game. I don't know if they have that dynamic right now. Nine Club for JD next? I mean, yeah, that could definitely happen. In the chat, there's a big push regarding having Ricky on. I don't think they would have me on. But never say never, Justin Bieber. What do I talk about if they have me on? Content? I'm not really going to talk about skating. Oh yeah, what do you like skating? Oh yeah, I super glued the board to my feet for 24 hours. Look to this week's episode for the grandpa question. Talking about balloons. Not all the guests are skaters, they had Keanu Reeves. Yeah. I think that's a good idea though. I think they should have all the guests they can. Because I think Tony Hawk talking to Keanu Reeves about skateboarding is super interesting. Like, I will watch that. You know what I mean? I don't think I only want to watch Die Hard skating. I feel like that's what 9 Club is for. What's my resting heart rate goal? 105. Am I going to react to the Hegla vid? Yes, we're going to do that directly after this. That's the plan. We got a hard day of reacting ahead. A hard, balloonless day of reacting. One is sketchy. How's the solo balloon doing? Good. Janice yesterday was like, oh, there's still a balloon. Do they do the doubles? I We're running out of time. I feel like they should have made this bit a little bit shorter, just for the retention. A little more to the point. First time chatter, I like skate. Hope you're well. Thank you. We got the Jason emotes. Let's go. And use a real camera, yeah. JD Bloss in there, no matter what. Even with the film grain on. Now we got a nice still shot. Oh! Front 3 the channel. Or air revert, as Tony Hawk would say. It's like so hard to watch. Damn! Kickflip back lip? I'm feeling dizzy. Front salad, kind of? Almost? They might not even know he was on Braille if they thought he was 20. Oh! Just straight to it. Boom! Was it first tee? Probably.
Did it. Like it. Hit the like thing and subscribe to it. Damn it. We're killing ourselves. Blood, sweat, and tears. We bleed for this podcast. Thanks, JD.
Leave him hanging. Just kidding. Sick. Wow, that was really cool. I'm gonna post this in chat. I would recommend you guys comment something nice to JD. Let's read some of the comments. But you saying they premiered it? Why do they premiere it at 6 a.m.? See, like, is that an intentional thing, or do they just, like, not actually understand how YouTube works? Premiere at 6 a.m. is not it. That's, what, 9 a.m. East Coast? I don't know. I just do not know. And they could at least put JD in the thing, too. Tony Hawk and Jason Ellis chat with 15-year-old skate prodigy JD about landing first 900, journey in skateboarding, what it's like on Tony's ramp. There's also share stories about JD's Western blah, blah, blah. See, like, I think if I was an elite podcast and I was going to interview JD, I would have took some notes of stuff to talk to him about. 900 is obviously good. Comps is good. But I probably would have asked him a little bit about Braille, or at the very least asked him about social media. Like, I don't think it's on JD to talk about it, but I feel like Tony probably should have asked a little bit about him. Always 6 a.m. East Coast, then promote at 10 a.m. He didn't get to plug himself? Yeah, they could have been a little bit more formal with that. Ask about Xenu. But I don't know, I mean, like, millions of people found JD through Braille or whatever. Millions of views were the first impression of JD was Braille. I feel like it's a little bit of a disservice not to just at least skim it a little bit. You don't even need to talk about anything negative. Top comments, JD. Thanks, Tony Hawk, Jason Ellis, and the crew for having me. My dog, proud of him. Watching JD's progression over the past 5 years has been crazy. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Du Bois in the comments. Well said, Ricky Ice. You and Du Bois have helped JD progress immensely. I really enjoyed watching JD. 160 comments. Should we read them all? Yo, we got a McStick comment. Let's go. I replied to JD's comment. Good to see JD's Du Bois in the house. First of all, rad that you had JD. He rips hard. Second reason, mainly why I woke up so early to post on this. Hopefully you guys can read it. I say absolutely not. You guys can't stop. This is one of the greatest podcasts ever. They did at the end of the Rooftop podcast. A bit disappointing this is sponsored by BetterHelp, but I also don't really want to take away from JD. Please reconsider accepting spots from them. Really cool so far. I'm glad to see JD getting recognized. Disappointed. Tell me you're liberal without telling me. Oh my god. This makes me wonder why JD isn't skating for Birdhouse. Leahy. Classic YouTube comments, yeah. Better help with the drama, I know. Better help's better than Blue Chew, so that's fine. Dwindle. Alright. We ready for Danny Way getting knocked out? Not Danny Way. Jason Ellis getting knocked out in Australia. Allegedly. This may be created by AI. No one was harmed. As we saw, Jason Ellis is doing just fine. Let's see what happens. Copyright music, maybe? So, I was at this demo, and I seen him on the roof. If I recall this correctly, he was on the roof for a long time. And I don't know if I actually seen him slam, but I definitely seen him on the roof. And what's wrong with Blue Chew? I just think it's not appropriate to have it in a 15-year-old's interview. That's all. Nothing against nothing against the company or the sponsor, but I think in a 15-year-old's interview, you shouldn't advertise Blue Chew. He stood up here for a long time. Oh. Straight, that's the edit? Just straight to it? Whoa! What is... Oh, wait, maybe he tried a few times, actually. It doesn't even look that bad. Yeah, maybe that wasn't it. I think maybe he tried a few times. I don't even know how he got up there. This is a big ramp, though. This is like 12 foot. I'm pretty sure, yeah, that wasn't a bad one. I'm pretty sure the weight on the bad one, you see his head hit pretty heavy. If I recall. Is the ramp made of steel? Yes. The ramp doesn't look very big. This ramp is basically the same height, almost the same height as the one JD was just skating with Tony Hawk. But this angle makes it kind of look weird. Oh, yeah. Ooh, damn. Imagine if you can see me. Like, literally somewhere. Not very good quality, but what can you do?